Hi guys, welcome to the Indian Booktuber channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 7 books that I have read in the past few months. I haven't done a wrap-up video since like the beginning of this year. So I just picked up the 7 most interesting books that I have read and I'm going to talk about them in this video. So let's get started. First two books were a part of a collaboration with the authors. Number one book was the Viman Transcript by Vadhan. This is an Indian thriller. The earth is about to be destroyed and we as humans on earth have a cryptic message from the space, and what happens next is like a national treasure style chase. And there are a bunch of people who could probably save the world or maybe not. That's what this book is about. There's a mix of Indian mythology, a little bit of science, a lot of action, which I loved in the book. It is a really good weekend read. I have done a full review of this book on the channel in case you want more details about this book, so do check it out. Definitely something I would recommend. But keep in mind, this is a quick, fast paced, and a feel good thriller. So do not expect dark, twisty, or overly complicated plot from this book while you're getting into it. Number two book that I finished reading was Karan, the King of Ang by Kevin Missel. And I know a lot of people pointed it out, Manpreet, it's Karan. But here's the thing, I am from Punjab and I love my Punjabi accent. So I call him Karan, okay? And this book is the latest series by Kevin Missel. This is the reimagining of the story of Karan from Mahabharat. And I think this book is super unique, even though it's a reimagining, because this is a total fantasy. Like, the characters are from the Mahabharat, but the story that the author has imagined for this book is just unique, and it does take some time to get used to it. But once you get into it, you will realize that this is the best work of the author. At least that's my opinion about this book. I have read almost all the books of Kevin Missel, and I think this is the best one he has come out with so far. So you should definitely check it out. Again, I have a full review of this book on the channel that you can check out in case you want more details before you pick up this book. Next, I read a very short novella called The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. Now, this is very popular, award-winning book. There's also a movie based on this book, and I just picked it up because I had it on my shelf for a long time. This is the story about this little girl called Binya who sort of finds a blue umbrella, and then begins this story of the whole village being jealous of Binya. And there are a lot of subtle themes that have been discussed in the book, but at the same time, it's a very easy and short and good for beginners book. I have done a reading vlog where I was documenting my experience with this book, and the themes I thought were there in this book. For example, there are villagers who are just jealous of her because they think Binya, this village girl, from the society she belongs to, she cannot have this umbrella that sort of is a symbol of an upclass or city person. And all of these themes are actually really amazing to see in this book. There is a theme of jealousy and envy. There is this one guy who is very jealous of Binya's umbrella, and the whole village is envious of it. So all of those themes, I think, were very interesting, and to just put them together into this short story which is so simple and easy to read. I think that is why this book is something that everybody recommends, that is so popular. So yeah, if you haven't read this story, then check it out. And yes, this is the third book that I read in the last few months. Next, I read The Brahmin by Ravi Shankar Ete. Now, this book I had on my shelf for a long time, and I believe that there is also a sequel to this book that came out a couple of years back. This is a historical thriller about this character called the Brahmin, as very obvious from the book. So this is set in this time when Ashoka is about to declare war with Kalinga, okay? And at this time, there are some mysterious deaths that have happened in Ashoka's harem, and this is very worrisome because, it's so close to the king. Is the king about to die? Is it a conspiracy against the king? What will happen? It is so mysterious, and, there are so many questions that come to you when you're reading this book. I really loved it. Now, I have attempted to read this book before. I found the language very not so my type, so I did not finish it. But this time I was like, let's just finish this book. It's a historical thriller. I want to read one historical thriller. So I just got done with it. My opinion about the language is still same. Okay, this book is so beautiful in terms of the plot twist, the character of the Brahmin and all the characters, and whatever that happens in the book is beautiful. But I feel like the language doesn't flow that easily. So the language is like this tight sort of language, according to me. And yeah, I would not recommend it to beginners or even people who like smooth flowy language that they can pace through. This is not that sort of book, but it definitely has a lot of potential and it definitely is really good. So if you can just get over that language part, which I think does compromise your reading experience a bit. So it's not that it's difficult, okay? It's simple enough. It's not that easy, but it's not difficult either. And I have read a lot of classics that are written in much difficult language, but those also flow very well. So these are two very different things. I want you to understand that before make your opinion about what I said. Okay, I'm not talking about the difficulty level of the language. I'm just talking about the smoothness of the writing that I did not find very much in the book. So yeah, that is one thing in the book. I hope I am able to explain it properly to you. Let's see, I'll know in the edit how it comes out. But yeah, if you are looking for a historical thriller set in the time of King Ashoka, check it out. Next book that I listened to was The Haunting of the Hill House by Shirley Jackson. It's a gothic horror classic that, you know, I have seen so much everywhere. There are TV shows on Netflix. There are multiple adaptations of this book. And then there are famous authors who have been inspired from this book and have went on to write like some amazing books, including Stephen King. And that got me really interested into this book. But I did not like it. I found it very, very boring. I mean, I was listening to this while on a road trip, and that part of my life when I had to listen to this book, I was just like, it's not that long, okay? So I was just like, I have to go through this classic piece of work. I did not enjoy it at all. I just found the whole story very pointless. But that kind of happens. Some books just become classics and some people get that story and some people just do not like it. So I am in that part, in that section where I do not like this book, just like I do not like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Both of these books, some people get a lot from the story, some people get a lot of gothic horror from this Haunting of the Hill House, but I did not get it, so I did not like it. Finally, I listened to two very short non-fiction books, Show Your Work and Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. Now, both of these books are very interesting, and I suppose like the actual books are very short and they have a lot of art in it, but I actually listened to the book. I am just giving you my review on the basis of what I listened to. And the first one, Show Your Work, is all about, showing your work for all the people who have some sort of skill, even if you're a professional, maybe a marketer, maybe an engineer, maybe a doctor. You have some sort of very valuable skill, but a lot of people have a problem showing it to people. A lot of people have a problem talking about it to people. And the author says that if you are not able to talk about this to people, or if you're not able to show your work to people, especially if you are an artist, okay, then there's no point of being that good at your art. Kind of like that. I don't suppose he said this, but it has been a few months since I read or listened to this book. But the point of the book is that, he just tells you how you can show your work. So it's highly motivating, inspiring, and, very compelling book to make you show your work. But here's the thing, I am very, skeptical about the impact it has had on me. Maybe because it was in audiobook format, maybe it was short, or maybe it was just very simple, or maybe I'm not the right audience for it. It just felt like, I listened to this book 1.5 hours long, and I really did not get any takeaway from the book after listening to it. While I was listening to it, I was really enjoying it. But after that, I'm not so sure. So that is my only problem with the book. Steal Like an Artist is also a very similar book that is about like these 10 things that nobody told you about working and creative work. Again, very interesting to listen to, but I am not sure about the impact it has had on my life. So maybe I'll listen to it again, but then I think there are many other books that may have a better impact on me. So I might not listen to it again. So that is my opinion about these two books. Somehow they did not just stay with me, and I like those books that just stay with you. I like those books way more, which even after I have done the review, they stay with me, and I keep thinking about them and I keep liking or disliking them. Even if it's a book that I disliked, if I dislike it more, I think it is more impactful. Obviously, but these ones were not. So yeah, that is what I think about these two books. And with this, my whole wrap up video comes to an end. I really hope you enjoyed it. In February, I was not able to post videos because I had some family issues, But this month and the months forward, I am planning to upload every Sunday. So make sure you tune into the channel every Sunday to catch those videos. And if you're watching until now, comment down below with camera, CAMERA, because today I am having a lot of camera problems. I have started filming after so long. Turns out my mic was dead, so I have been using this like my iPhone's mic. I don't know how this will turn out, but yeah, if you're watching until now, make sure you comment down below with the word camera. And thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed, subscribe right now and hit the bell button so that you get notified every Sunday when I post a new video. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.